True secrets do not lie concealed in the darkness of night or in the clever traps we leave, but rather they are hidden deep within people. By spending long stretches of time in such an isolated place, their purity is refined, and they gradually transform into bizarre enigmas.
What the narrator is talking about is really important and nuanced. The idea that the truths we are looking for will not be found in the physical world, but instead deep within ourselves. These dark enigmas are the parts of ourselves that we rejected and don't want to look at all, the parts we despise and hate. But in order for us to become the answer, there is no other way but to descend deep into our netherworld and face our shadow. We meet Ozen here for the first time, and Riko thanks her for helping save her life, but the way Ozen reacts is unexpected for Riko. Ozen embodies fear and is the one who is going to destroy Riko's reckless optimism and show her the reality of the matter, the bitter truth. Ozen talks about how things would have been different if they had given up on Riko. She says that if she had only left Riko there, that kid would have come with her. By that kid, I believe she refers to the leader. As for the reason Ozen was so interested in becoming Jiro's master, I'm not really sure. It could be simply because she finds him great to become her subordinate for her dirty desires. Or maybe it is canon and she needed him for a really important reason we don't know. She asks him to become her apprentice, but he says he would rather become Liza's. But they finally come together in the manga in the current arc and go on adventures, which is fascinating to see. Marulk talks about the Seeker camp here. It is located far from the center of the abyss, because the curse of the abyss is weaker here. It serves as a place for delvers to rest and prepare for the descent into the third layer. It was built from a particularly large tree in the inverted forest, called the Great Tree of Porta. Ozen's private chamber is located at the top of the camp, as you can see here. Seeker camp is made to be a relay point while circling around the perimeters of the inverted forest. It also serves as a watchtower to stop outlaws from exploring the standard routes. After Marulk shows Reg and Riko where they can stay for the night, Reg sees more Flowers of Fortitude and is amazed by the fact that they can really grow everywhere. Let's talk about them. Flowers of Fortitude, Eternal Fortunes. This plant takes roots in any environment, a fast-growing species. It blooms and subsequently releases its seeds all throughout the year. In Earth, it is customary to shower the abyss with these flowers during celebrations and occasions of mourning. The symbolic meaning behind them, I believe, is related to the concept of value in the abyss. Made in Abyss takes a holistic stance on value. As Belov says, all one gathers becomes one's value. Not just the good ones, but all. I believe that's why they bloom in every environment. They show that no matter the environment you are born in, you can bloom and your life is valuable. There is another connection to value as well. Faputo, as the embodiment of value, is mainly white as well, and her tail is the same shape as the Flower of Fortitude. As we see, some of her fur turns golden after achieving her first Haku, and I believe she is going to become completely golden after achieving all three of her Hakus. I say this because in the Haruyamari collection, we hear about golden petals, and the golden theme becomes really important in deeper layers. I guess the Flowers of Fortitude in the depths of the 7th layer are golden, and that's probably one of the reasons the Golden City is named like that. We'll talk about the idea of gold and its connection to value at the end of Season 2 in depth. Riko is so comfortable with being naked here. She's just a chill gal. I guess being strung up naked many times has paid off. Marulk introduces himself here. He's actually from the far western country of Jisweko. He's probably a member of the royal family, since he's one of the children of the shadows. We see in the extras of Volume 9 that they are sensitive to light. Children of the shadows are said to only live to the age of 10. Even among the ancient texts of Jisweko, it is written that 3,000 suns will eliminate a child of the shadows. This moon outfit therefore serves to conceal children of the shadows from the sun. His family tried to descend into the abyss using an airship, but they crashed into the 2nd layer, and only Marulk survived. You can watch his backstory in the 4th episode of Marulk's Daily Life OVA. In its 2nd episode, Marulk and Nat meet each other on the surface, and Nat thinks he is a girl and starts to have feelings for him. I feel bad for Nat. We know for sure that Marulk is a boy from the Dorbital reports. He's referred to as a male there. It also said that his scent gives him away to those with a good sense of smell. Also in his ear pockets, he keeps lenses and equipments for the Seeker Camp's telescope. For those who are interested in seeing how Marulk looks without his fanboy outfit, you can see him being examined in the extras of Volume 9. We see many round-shaped relics here. Marulk says they are grade 4 relics. You can see how relics are graded in this extra from the 3rd volume. There are 6 categories, from the insignificant ones to the obods and supreme treasures of the Netherworld. In the 2nd season, we see interference units say that round relics are the shape of wishes, and based on their grade, they can be strong ones or insignificant ones. We still don't know what they exactly mean by that. We need more information on them. Riko wakes up to go pee here, and she faces the stew monster. This shit is scary. It has no head. This really matches the theme of this arc, fear. We'll talk about the stew monster in the next episode. It's funny that Reg is so confused here that Riko wet his bed instead of hers. Riko describes what she saw and how scary it was, and Reg gets really frightened by it and nervously asks whether such creatures that look like living corpses really exist. The funny thing is that he himself is probably one of those creatures, a dead vessel for the soul. I don't think Reg is considered alive at all, and he probably died to become what he is now. And there she comes, the unmovable Saber. She talks about the truth Uncle Habo and Leader kept away from Riko. She asks Riko, "Do you really want to know?" This is actually kind of Ozen to ask Riko and warn her that it would be best for her to forget what she saw the night before. For most of us, handling truth is really challenging and risks our safety. That's why we'd rather not to hear it and let our unconscious desires lead us in life. They keep us safe, but at the price of knowledge that could help us to change and improve our lives. The Netherworld is the keeper of forbidden knowledge. There is a reason it's forbidden after all. Many, after facing the truth, wish they had never known it and had kept on living blindly. The stairs symbolize growth and ascent to a higher self. Ozen asks him about the purpose behind their descent, and for all the reasons Riko gives, she explains why each isn't a good enough reason and why it's a waste and a meaningless journey. Riko thinks and tries to come up with better and stronger reasons, but she can't find any. She came here based on her unconscious desires for adventure and the unknown, not by her conscious choice. If you remember, I talked about the idea of whether it is the abyss that is luring our protagonists down, or whether they are choosing to descend. It shows that Riko doesn't exactly know why it was worth it to descend, and followed her desire blindly, and now she faces judgment. She asks again, and faces Riko with her frightening face. "So what was your reason again?" At this rate, Riko is talking nonsense and making things up. We need to talk about wishes here, the value levels in the abyss. Value is the main theme of the 2nd season, but we see the concept from the beginning of the story. Made in Abyss is a really coherent and consistent story, to a level that with this many details and symbolic representations, I can accept it was written by a human being. Value levels are explained at the beginning of episode 12 of season 2. We see Gabaron explaining them to Faputa. We have 5 levels of value, and I believe there is a connection between this number and the 5 petals of eternal fortunes, as well as the main 5 white whistles that we meet in the story. Based on a structure Putty Spaghetti figured out about the story, each of the 5 main white whistles embodies one of these levels, and is grown and stuck to their own respective level, unable to move past it. Our protagonists also climb their own value levels by descending and growing in the process. The first level of value, which Ozen embodies, is called Shi, the Initial Value, the beginning of desire. It also means a modest wish. This is exactly what Riko lacks and cannot answer to Ozen. She hasn't found any single thing that she truly values and that is possible to achieve. She is the modest wish at the beginning of the journey, the reason that makes the journey worth it. It's as simple as picking a field to study or picking a profession to start working on. Without it, you're lost, controlled by your basic unconscious desires and lost in life. This is not the end either. One needs to climb all 5 levels to end the journey. She alone is not sufficient, but it's necessary to start the cycle. This is necessary to move beyond the 2nd layer and descend deeper. And it's what Ozen is trying to teach Riko to find and figure out by facing her with the truth she doesn't like to face. In the next episode, the truth will be revealed, and we are going to see how Riko will handle it, integrate her dark side, and accept it. See you in the next one.